Who would have ever believed that I'm standing kind of in the same place where I started out from 94 years ago? Our family farm was like every other family farm when I grew up. Most everybody had 80 or 160 acres. We know it can be done. Some people say it can't be done today, but I disagree. It's how it's done. I'm very, very upset of what's happening to farmland. And we know that with the age of farmers, half of the farmers might be 65 years old. There has to be a different kind of change in land ownership and working the land. Passing it on to a lot young people who are doing the right thing, certainly the rest of your life, you'll be living very happily as I am, because I see things, well, I can't do them because of my age, but it's going on. It's going on better than I could ever do it myself. So I'm really happy for this. And it takes time. It takes time. Don't wait until your deathbed and then start thinking of what you're going to do with the land. Start about it when you're still able to make a different kind of transfer of land.
Harvey became aware of the farm situation, so he came to see the value of getting younger farmers to take care of the land, but he didn't know how to do it. We were stuck. That's how we signed up for the LSP transition program. And on my driving us back from the last class, I thanked him so profusely for taking that load off my mind. And then after a long quiet, he said, I want to die in my own house. He is part of this soil, and the soil is part of Harvey, and the technical owning of it seemed to be permanently attached until he was able to detach that part. And he's still part of the soil, and the soil is still part of him. At the same time, Amy and Aaron were stuck looking for their little piece of land, and we were both watching out for each other.
One of the things that comes up a lot in conversations when we talk about land access is this kind of need for supporting non-family farm transitions. I think there is this misconception that people don't want to farm anymore, and that's completely untrue. They just have a lot more barriers. But they don't have the land handed to them. They don't inherit the tools or the equipment or the knowledge. We're at a place now where we need to keep farms and farming. And the farms that are transitioning now, in many cases, don't have heirs that want to take over. In the next 10 to 20 years, we expect the vast majority of privately owned farmland to change hands. And if it gets lost, it's lost forever. And that's a detriment to our food system.
So we looked at a number of farms together, and I wrote lots of letters to vacant, farm place owners, and every once in a while you'd hear back. And then eventually we got talking to Harvey and Bonita.
Harvey and I've known each other for a while, and he had been talking about, what are some ideas that we could do with my property. I was a part of the beginning process of helping him try to find out, what can be done. And didn't really think, this would be something that I would be able to take on. The question that I remember hearing from Bonita was, why not you? Why not have this opportunity?
We were looking for 40 acres tops, and that was going to be lucky if we could afford it. 160 acres, are we the right fit for that? We don't have the equipment. Is that what they want to see as the next step? And they really were insistent that you are enough. It is okay. You can accept this sort of an offer. And sometimes now, I still feel guilty if, talking about it, like not everyone has that opportunity, right? we should have major debt like other people do, which is an awful thing to wish upon anyone, including ourselves.
So we had quite a few little kind of round or square table discussions of, well, what could we do to make this work? Harvey was very insistent that there would be no debt. Like that was something that he wanted to make sure, but it's like, well, we still need to pay you for it. You need to be able to continue on living as you have needed to, as you've expected a certain income from renting the farm. We still need to make sure that we make good on that.
Harvey came up with his goals, what he wanted to have, and between Amy and Aaron researching like fanatics and the sincere, smart attorney, they crafted something. It only took us about 3 tweak meetings, and they had a paper ready for us to sign. It was amazing.
If we do something that they don't think is healthy for the land, if we just decide to kind of break contract, they can take it back at any time in the next 20 years. And whether that's Harvey or when he passes away, it'd be Bonita, that we felt good about because it was a guarantee to them that we were going to do what we said we would do.
It was the emotional thing, and if I could turn everything over to them, but I wanted to stay here. So that was written into the contracts. I own nothing except what's in my house. They own the house, but I own everything in the house. It's nice not to own things. You don't need to own things. So I really, really am lucky and happy.
Not that we're the grandkids, but, we consider Harvey and Bonita family, and I think they do for us as well. And
they do different things around here, and they, when Bonita isn't here, they come up and check on me, see that I'm okay, and that's very important.
It's nice because we do come up in the evenings, a lot of evenings. It worked out really well for both parties, especially because we already knew Harvey and were friends, and clearly we were willing to live real close by turning his corn crib into our home. So, we can wake up and look out and see if the lights are on yet in the evening or in the morning. I think probably more from Harvey's side. He didn't have kids, and so having us around, I think, has felt really good. Sometimes just sitting around the table, he'll get a little bit teary if, we're talking about something serious, and you can just really tell how grateful he is to have us here and know that we're just down the hill.
If you are saddled with debt, you end up turning to the things that kind of either keep you in debt or kind of keep you in the same system that isn't working for the soil or for the water or for the biodiversity. So the method that we ended up using frees us to be creative. It allows us to do what we think will do justice to Harvey and to the land.
We do have a field up at the top that we grew wheat in, and then we had rye in there that we just mowed down, so it was just a cover crop, and right now that's mostly in clover. So that's a field that would be the most easily tilled up to be a sunflower field or to be another small grain crop. So our hope, and we have the stone mill to go with it, is to be milling grain for flour in the future. We're not there yet. A little at a time.
And so everything kind of just came into place, and this is where we're at now, just continuing to improve the soil as much as we can, and in doing so we're improving habitat and also the water quality underneath us.
This is the only land there is it's the only planet we live on. So if you don't think about land and nature here, there's nothing to think about. You have to care for the land because it's all we have.
It'll take a lot of time, a lot of energy, but it's worth doing.
Absolutely.
It's something that I think Harvey will be proud of and already is.